What's up, my brothers and sisters? Long time no see. Heard you miss me. I'm back. It's good to be back. I've been hiding way down in my bat cave. It's been a lot of stuff going on since my last video. Let's dive right in. You know how I gotta give you a little bit of a story before I get into my reviews. This one's a little different. This one's a little more personal. It's not about how I became contact with my character of displaying right now. I think last time I left you, I was having an issue with the head of Batman Christian Bale from Queen Studios. Just got email confirmation. They're gonna send me another one after production is done, which should be whenever. But at least that's getting taken care of. I think I told you guys I was having a little issue with my mom. She has some swollen ankles. It wound up not being a little issue. She was in great shape, and I lost her. So that's been pretty rough on me. She's been with me. Today's my 56th birthday. That's why I decided to do a comeback. Perfect day to come back on your birthday. So she's been with me for basically 55 of my years that she has lived with me. And it's been a rough blow to me and the wife on it. So, because my mom was very independent, 87, no cane, no walker, did everything on her own, drop her off at the store by herself, pick her up in an hour, all good. Quick story, bring her in, doctor says, hey, let me do a chest x-ray. She looks great, sounds great. Calls me up 2 days later, say, hey, Mike, she has some fluid on the lungs. Now, my mom was recently diagnosed with heart failure, mild heart failure. Now, it sounds worse than it is. Probably 50% of Americans or people around the world have some sort of heart failure going on. Medications and lifestyle changes usually work well with it, and people can live long lives. Water retention, the body's not getting rid of water. Medication does that, boom, gets rid of it. So he says, yeah, she has some fluid buildup in the lungs. So he goes, take her over to the hospital. They'll be able to help her better. Take her in, ER doctor says, mom looks great, lungs sound great, heart sounds great. Okay, good, is she coming home tonight? Yeah, she'll come home. We just may have to drain the lungs, which is not a big procedure. They stick some needles in, drain it. You're good to go in a couple hours. Wind up 3 hours later. My wife was talking to her 11:30 at night, everything fine. They call me 3 hours later. They say, we think your mom had a stroke. I was like, okay, did you administer TBA, which is a blood thinner? And they were like, no, it seemed to have resolved itself. She's resting comfortably now. And we weren't able to get a good enough scan on her to verify that she did have a stroke, but she seems to be doing well. I said, if my mom was not cooperating, she did have a stroke. So I couldn't come in that night because of visiting hours and COVID. Doesn't matter my job status or whatever. I don't like to flash that card because I want everyone to be equal, no matter who they are, wherever you go, hospitals or restaurants or whatever. But anyway, next day I come in, she doesn't recognize me. Later on in the night, she does. She's coming around. I asked the doctor, I said, hey, why didn't well, it seemed to have resolved itself and she's good. She should be good to go in a couple of days or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Wind up next day, she wind up having a massive stroke. Any of you people don't know what clot busters are, TBAs, they dissolve clots and they usually reverse the effects of stroke victims if they're given within a certain time period. It could be anywhere from 4 hours, 8 hours to 24 hours. No one really knows. But they never administered it, and she wound up having, and that's supposed to protect you from having more strokes. They never administered it. She wound up having 3 in there. I brought her home. She passed away. at my house, at the house. She lived with me, like I said. I put her in hospice. Hospice, any of you guys ever been through it or not? It's a pretty brutal thing, especially if your loved ones have some sort of comprehension still going on. Because basically you got to starve them to death, even though they're asking for water or food or whatever. In those kind of things where you just feed them morphine and stuff like that to stop them from seizuring. They basically wait for the body's organs to shut down, the kidneys stop working. And my mom was a beast straight through, man. She lasted 12 days without food. So it goes to show you, we're pretty hammered. It caught us by surprise. We're not happy about the situation. And we're gonna see where it goes from there. I'm pretty pissed off at the hospital. But anyway, enough with that. Let's get out with the negatives. Sorry I had to throw that on you guys, but I wanna let you guys know why I've been MIA. Anyway, tweet ahead. Tweet ahead, Michelle Pfeiffer. Great piece. Let me start all over right there. Tweet ahead is quickly becoming my favorite statue company. One, their quality of work is getting better and better. Two, they're still reasonably priced. I mean, everything that's going on in the statue wars today, everything, you can't get a piece under $1,000 today. And it's almost discouraging to want to continue to collect. Today, I mean, usually I used to be like, yeah, I like this piece, it'll go nice here, this and that. Now, you're gonna have to knock me on my ass for me to purchase a piece now because of the price. And it has nothing to do with politics. I mean, this stuff was going when Trump was in office, it's going when Biden's in office. It doesn't matter about politics. It's just getting out of control. So it's very discouraging to continue to collect at a high level because of the prices. So now I'm just real picky with my pieces now, and obviously space too. You always, we all kind of run out of space, but I still got plenty of space in here, and there's still lots of great stuff coming out on the market, but I don't really want to dive in that deep because of prices, and I don't want to buy anything anymore, you know? I mean, it has to be really, really super badass for me to get. And this piece, I believe every collector out there, being that they've run such a high number line, I want to say it's like 2,200, 2,500. Every serious collector should have this in their collection. Whether you're a Batman fan, Marvel, she belongs in your collection. It's iconic. So let's get in, let's check it out, and you guys tell me what you think. All right. You know, I usually dive in and go right to the portrait. I want to go the full shot of her first. And please excuse all the stuff in the background. I didn't really clean up the table before this. But it's just an incredible pose. And we are going to dive right in. Look at the look, the kind of little smile. Lipstick looks great, eyes look great, costume looks fabulous. I mean, it almost looks like real latex here, leather or whatever it is that you want to call it. The shine off of it just pops. The black really pops. Let's zoom in on those eyes. I feel like I'm looking at Michelle Pfeiffer when she was a baby. Profile is fantastic. And I want to say this was, I think, $500 maybe. And, you know, hey, that's not a box of popcorn, but you know what? For today's prices, it's really it's really not that bad. Yeah, I want to say maybe $500-600 to my door or something like that, in that ballpark. I could be wrong. Portrait looks great. Now she is one piece minus the arms, okay? So the base obviously is by itself. The base is by itself, and she is one full piece, head connected to the body. Just the hands you got to put on, the arms. And when you do put her on, her base, you definitely want to be careful of those right there. They are pretty delicate, so just be careful putting that together. Don't force anything. I love that. That is just great. All right, let me get up, guys, and give you another shot of her. She's not big. I want to say she's about maybe 14 inches high, maybe. But she is long, but she's slender. So you can squeeze her anywhere. Boobs look good. Booty looks good from the hips. Let's take you down to her shoes, her boots. Yeah, Tweeterhead's doing a good job on their stuff, you know. I mean, like I said, price. Swing around here. Let me get Batman out of here. Another back view. They made her booty nice and round. And I love the whip. I mean, this is just an iconic pose. It's just, I mean, it's so seductive and evil at the same time. Okay, swing around a little more, guys. And the exclusive version comes with the kitty, and the kitty can display anywhere. I thought she or he would go good right around there. Okay, base is light. It's not a heavy piece, this whole thing. I mean, so it's nice. It's nice and easy to pick up and move around. I was going to put her in a case, but she would get lost in the darkness of the case. So she may stay right here, but realistically, she's going to go right in between there. So I love this. The Felix the cat. Just incredible. Yeah, base is not heavy. Everything's not heavy on this piece. So you can carry this around the room and feel safe. It's not going to fall. There's one key. The key is right underneath her hip thigh area. And it's a great piece, guys. I mean, you know, for a lot of, you know, for 500 and something bucks, $600, price is great. And I believe every Sears collector should have this in their collection. All right. That's all I got for you today, guys. That Hush right there is going back. I've been sitting on that for about 2 months. I had to glue that cape together. It broke. That piece is a monster. It's a beautiful piece, but I've had so many problems with it that it is going back. And I'm closing the door on that piece. Even though that space was made for that piece, 65 pounds, it's a beast. It's just too much. And I've had too many mechanical issues with it. So I will be shipping that back next week and waving bye-bye and looking to fill that space with something else. I'll do an updated review with you guys sometime soon when I get around to it. This weekend I'll be busy. I got my mom's service I'm putting together in the house. So everything's coming together in the room. I haven't been coming up here much lately since my whole mom issue, but I did make changes before that. And till next time, my brothers and sisters, peace. You know how I do it. Any questions you guys got for me, I pretty much respond pretty quickly. Till next video, peace, be safe.